back to the I Life Hawaii podcast, season 2, episode. I don't know what number we on.
6?
That's why she told me not to do that. Oh, you called it?
No, I just think it's 6. But I told you not to do that.
Yeah, it's definitely 6 because we got 6 videos up, and 5 of them are 4 episodes. 5 of them are episodes, and one of them is an actual what's that thing called? Like a preview type of thing.
Trailer.
Just like a trailer. So, season 2, episode 6 of the I Life Hawaii podcast. I can hear the things clicking.
What?
Yeah, I heard it. Well, I heard it when you popped it, like, dude. It was loud as shit. Yeah. So, welcome back, guys. What are you drinking? There's a lot going on in your cup.
You are exaggerating.
There's definitely a lot going on in that cup.
It's a Moscow Mule. Like, yeah.
Is it really?
It's ginger beer and vodka. And I got like a mint leaf and some cranberries. It's the garnish for you.
She got
that make
really,
it feel
really,
like extra.
She got really, really fancy.
It's the garnish.
Yeah, she got really, really fancy, and I'm trying to figure out why
Because
she got so fancy with her
it's the
drink.
holiday time.
Because what?
It's the holiday time.
Oh, you said because I can go to the Bahamas anytime. Like, what?
What? No.
So, I just have straight H2O. Now, this is, she don't believe me. What is it?
Strong, whatever it is.
It's all tequila. Well, so I just have tequila.
Jose. He don't like Jose. He said it's trash.
Jose's fine.
You call Jose trash.
So, to be fair, Sandra took the time out to go. So, Sandra said yesterday.
So Sandra never go to the liquor store.
There you go. That's what I'm getting around to.
One.
She never goes to the liquor store. So, she said, babe, I want some alcohol. Well, I'm clearly not buying any alcohol because I'm trying to, like, cut back on my alcohol consumption. So, I'm not going to buy any more alcohol for the house. So, Sandra took it on herself to actually go and say, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to go buy the alcohol. Okay. Well,
I'm trying to make drinks or
so,
something.
instead of getting anything that we normally get that's in there.
Which is a lot expensive stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We get.
Oh, that's why you didn't buy. You swiped my card, though, so I don't understand.
So what? I was
Oh,
definitely.
Like, you was swiping my card. It wasn't like you was fucking
Swiping
paying
your money.
So she goes in there. She comes back
But that's not what I wanted.
with none of this shit I buy. Like, ever. Like, I've never purchased any of this. I might have bought some Jose. I won't say that.
We used to buy
But
Jose.
she came back with some.
Even got
she
fancy.
came back with 3 olives. What the fuck is this shit? That shit's like 99 bananas. Like, we're not drinking that. I'm not drinking that shit.
No,
and
it's
then.
not.
It's definitely 99 bananas. Your stomach's gonna hurt.
99 bananas is
That shit.
strong.
Yeah, okay. So she got 3 olives. She got some other sweet shit. What was that sweet shit you got?
Triple sec. That's for drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
She got triple sec.
you don't drink that straight or with
Clearly, you don't drink that
Coke.
at all.
Like, that's for mixed drinks. And yeah, I got triple sec, vodka, and the tequila.
She came back with a bunch of bullshit.
I didn't get the $100 vodka we get or the $100 tequila we get. No, I didn't need that.
She came back with a bunch of bullshit, and I was like, yo, I really don't want to drink none of this shit. So I still had a little bit of Ciroc from like my brown Ciroc. I said a little bit of that, but I'm like, I just save that for maybe when I'm having a rough week. My PS5 will be here tomorrow, so if you guys will see this when it drops tomorrow. So it's hard to game now when you're married with kids.
Explain.
Because it's like...
Explain, please.
What do you mean explain?
Go ahead, explain.
Okay.
What do you mean?
So...
Because you don't even game. So...
Ding, 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 ding. So when you have...
You haven't...
I'm about to tell you. Let me get it out.
Since we've been married. But go ahead.
I mean...
There's gamers and then there's shook. Like, there's gamers, there's people that don't game at all, and then there's shook.
So what am I? I'm in the middle?
You're not even, like, in the middle. You're close to the people that don't game at all.
It's not true.
You buy it one time a year, the game that come out, Madden or NBA 2K. You play it for a week, maybe a month. We'll give you 4 weeks at the most. At the most. And then you never play it again. Never, ever play it again.
I feel like that's not true. But, so, what... The reason why
Sit down there and collect dust.
I only see a game there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Until you took it.
But, so what ended up happening was...
until I melted, took away.
Okay.
It was trash
Oh, now
before that. It was trash before quit. You needed something to do. The pandemic hit. I get it. But you don't game.
All I ask my wife, it's hard to game when you have a family because you can't go lock yourself in a room for days. You can't disappear. That bullshit. You can't disappear.
The leaf keep going in my mouth.
I know that bullshit.
The mint
that's
leaf.
what I taste like. What the fuck was that shit?
I ain't like that.
Terrible. Oh, you're like, let me just another podcast for that. I'm gonna keep my comment to myself without what I was going on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna relax. I can't really go sit in my room for 2-3 days and just lock myself in. Like I wanted to call out tomorrow from work and everything. I'm like, so I gotta
you're a
spend some more.
loser.
See, look.
You're a loser.
I gotta explain that to my wife, like why I'm not going to work. Like
loser to sit home and play on the game. I don't care what kind of.
See, they just parents just never understand.
Weirdo. No.
I'm just saying.
No.
So that's why I can't game like how I want to game. Because in reality, I would, like if I was single, bro, the game that I had tomorrow, I'd have called off. What's tomorrow? Tuesday.
Ghetto.
I'd have took off all week.
Ghetto.
I'd have put in vacation time for all week.
Still ghetto. You wasted personal time.
No, I didn't.
It's personal. PF.
Okay,
Personal time off. PTO.
Pay time off.
Personal pay. You wasted good hours to sit home to do nothing.
But that's
Weird.
not. I mean, it depends on.
Dumb.
That's no. See, that's we gotta stop doing that in society. You can't tell me what I do with my time is not valuable.
That is not valuable. It's not
valuable
making you
to
money
me.
to take that personal time to go make money. And
I'm still getting paid.
to go. Okay, for you to take off to make more money somewhere else, because that would be more productive than sitting home and doing what?
Enjoying.
You're wasting hours.
No, I'm
You're wasting
actually,
in paid time.
I am actually
Where's the
relieving my
thing?
stress.
Because you're on a different screen.
I know what I got going on over here, girl.
Okay, get it
Like
together.
stay on your screen. It's black. Hit the button.
I gotta.
Exactly. Get your life
Yeah.
together.
See, and I was right, but go ahead. But yeah, that don't make no sense. And as a grown man,
This is. See,
I'm glad you got more common sense.
no, I just got a better idea to fucking.
Priorities.
They say get married.
Productivity.
She looking at me like I'm not even gonna. Next question.
Yeah.
So on today's episode of Our Life Highway Podcast,
Tried it.
we're going to talk about. Look, she don't even know. It's so fucked up.
Wait, hold on.
Look, she forgot.
Dun, dun, dun. Insert some music. Dun, 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 dun. I
We
forgot.
don't
Go
know.
ahead.
We don't know.
Read it.
Wow.
I think I picked it, but
You definitely picked it. So today's episode, we're gonna get into
pressure.
the pressure. Yes.
Oh, is it?
No,
No.
I'm trying to make it seem like you know what the fuck you got going on, but you don't. So we're gonna get into the pressure of money in relationships.
Oh.
So we're gonna talk about couples and money, and what to do, what not to do.
We might not have the right answer for you, so.
Well, we did. Excuse me. We did actually work for us. Do you talk about things? Does it make shit more stressful? And obviously, we talk about couples and money. Talking about that kind of goes along with credit. That goes along with previous debts. All of the BS that comes.
Oh
along
yeah, and let's start at the beginning. Like we're not gonna make this too long, but like let's start at the beginning. I don't recall talking about debt initially.
We didn't.
Debt. I feel like that didn't come until we said I do.
Yeah, we didn't discuss that.
Okay.
We
I feel like you knew more of mine. You know what I mean? My debt.
yeah, because I asked questions.
Because it was about like credit cards and like why I feel like I was always using like cash or debit cards at the time. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, like I don't even want one. Like you the one made me get one, and then
A couple.
I went on and did some other stuff. Some
Beautiful
other
things
stuff.
with your life.
No,
What?
and did more stuff
Yeah, my
that
back
we,
hurting and shit.
that
Like
we
a
didn't
back
talk
support.
about. But that's another thing. But no, we didn't initially have that conversation about debt
No.
and how, you know what I mean? how much debt are we going to occur or, put on each other? Oh, that's how you drinking now? Okay. If, you know what I mean, we got married. We didn't talk about that.
So,
and I think that's something people should talk about.
It's funny. Me and my man
initially.
My man earlier was talking about my man Khalil. Shout out to Khalil. We were just talking. He's starting the podcast too. I don't know names. I can't name drop. But we were just talking about earlier, like when you meet somebody, what are the things you actually discuss? And I know for me, like when I met you, I was more concerned on where you had plans on seeing yourself in 5 years.
Like a job.
Career.
No, I'm just saying like jobs.
Yeah. Like I
do you plan on being here in 5 years?
Yeah, so I was more concerned on where you saw your career at and how you felt about kids. Like how you felt about having more kids. Because you had a child when I met you, she was 15. So I was like, okay, well, do you want any more? So those are my two big things. And he was like, nah, man, I asked about debt, I asked about credit. I said, I didn't even ask about credit because you can fix credit. I mean, like that type of shit. I'm like, well, even if you got bad credit, we can fix bad credit.
But sometimes you don't want to walk into a relationship with one person having heavier debt than the other. You know what I mean? That could be a turnoff.
I probably have 3 times the amount of debt you got.
And that's fine. I'm not going to say that would have changed.
Now you want to leave me? Okay.
I'm not going to say that would have want to change.
Guess who got 3 times the amount of debt now? Welcome to the club, baby.
No, I don't. Stop.
You're married. Was mine?
Oh.
Was mine.
Oh, yeah.
The bullshit.
Exactly, see? And some people might not even want to bring on that, like,
no, I get it. It's a lot.
Like it might just be that's too much. That's too much. Like, look, I'm already this amount, and you want we're gonna be this amount, so we're never gonna be out of the hole.
We'll get there.
You know what I mean?
At 95,
you're gonna die with some of it, but still, do you get what I'm saying? Like that,
I got it.
It should be a serious topic to talk about.
Yeah.
And we're a little older, so I was 30. When I met you, was only 29.
Yeah, she was.
So.
Oh, wind it back. She's lying. She was 31.
No, I was 30.
You was 30, so I was 28.
I was 30.
I was 28.
I didn't have kinky till I was 32.
And I was 28.
Yeah, so I turned 31 while you was gone.
I was 28.
Oh, yeah, 2016 was lit. I turned 30 2016. So, y'all do math. So, yeah. We were... You know what I mean? Just hitting 30, so...
I can hear that.
Sorry. So just hitting 30, so I think we're older now. And yeah, I think that would be a topic, a question to touch on before. Especially if you see yourself taking that person... Serious, like marriage serious. Like, it need to be discussed in the beginning.
I mean...
Because it could be a turn off.
No, I mean, that...
Like, especially if you're 30-something, you're not even trying to get that together. You know what I mean?
I mean, that
might be more important than where you see yourself at in 5 years. You know what I mean? How you going to get there? How you going to get there in 5 years? If, you know what I mean? Like, you got all that going on.
I mean, that is like credit.
You need a shorter goal, and because that sound like a long term if you don't get that part together.
That wasn't a deal breaker for me. I'm sorry. It's like for me that had no, like I said.
No, it wasn't a deal breaker for me. I'm just saying now today, being older.
I mean,
a little bit more wiser.
So obviously, you don't want to take on. Obviously, you don't want to get anybody that's $400,000 in debt. Like, oh shit, we got $400K. Now, my whole thing is, even if you had a lot of debt, what do you plan on seeing yourself at will determine if you'd actually be able to pay that shit off anyway. So that's why I said, okay, well, like when I met Sandra, my thing was, what do you want to do? I want to be a nurse. Cool,
so you're saying because I wanted to be a nurse.
You're gonna make at least as an
But again, that's going to take. That's not. I'm still going to be in debt 5 years. You know what I mean? That's if it took this amount of schooling to do, and I'm still going to be in that much debt, so I'm not going to get out of debt for 10 years. You know what I mean? Add extra 5 years on for that. Clearing up that debt.
That's something.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? It still doesn't matter. Like,
that's
in a
something
sense.
all us millennials are going through. I think everybody is kind of dealing with the whole debt shit in general. Like it's a lot. I mean, like school is at an all time high. First of all, like schooling is high as shit. So people are running up tabs. We can not pay shit out of pocket. So, I mean,
especially if you didn't grow up with the resources.
I mean, I would recommend anybody.
Kids didn't have the college fund.
I recommend anybody who don't have the support that they need at home to honestly look into the military. Like, and so it's weird to say now because it's like, oh, like, yeah, go. I was the same guy. I would never do that dumb shit. Like, I would never be, yes, sir. Like, that shit literally changed my life. But besides that, it's fucking, the amount of perks you get for just being in. Like, you can go 1 week in a month like I did. And, like, the amount of perks you get, they'll pay for school, flat out. I mean, like, you'll get 75, 80% of your tuition. If you go to a state school, it'll be 100%. So it's like, yeah, like, why would you not go do that for 6 years? Sign up and be done with it. I mean, so if you want the resources.
Do it be the moms pushing for them, like, 18-year-old kids to go because of the financial part of it?
No, I mean, some kids, so a lot of people in the military, for the most part, well, a lot of people in the military come from all over, obviously, but a lot of them come from rural parts of around the world. I mean, you can obviously have some city kids, like urban cities and just inner city kids, but a lot of people come from like rural parts of the world where it's like there's nothing going on. So that's all they want to do is be all they can be. Then you have other people from who, like, let's say like some people from Asia, some people from China. You have, like, they may be here on like a student visa or something like that. Or some people from Samoans, like some Samoan people. They come in and they go in, they get a citizenship. So now they come in and you know what? I'll give you 6 years. I'll go active duty and I'll get a citizenship. I'll be a National Guard. Once I'm a United States citizen, I'm out. I mean, like, so it's different ways you can kind of like. There's
different perks.
There's so many different perks. I mean, the whole veteran title in general carries a lot of weight. I mean, like, it's. They always tell me, excuse me. My man always tell me.
It's the ginger beers.
It's the ginger. My man always tell me the Army is what you make it, and if you want to make it, you'll make it. Cause there's so much in there where you can't fail. You know what I mean? Like, it's, if you have any type of mental toughness, you'll be fine. But that's why I'm saying, like, for going to school, you want to incur all that fucking debt. That's a resource. I mean, like, it may not be the sexiest thing to do, but
do you think you should have got in earlier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I joined.
Old.
No, I joined at 28.
Old.
28. I definitely.
So you 29. You went in. You was 29.
Yeah, but I signed at 28.
Yeah.
So yes,
that's what I'm saying. Your actual first day, you was 29.
But that's late. Like, motherfuckers been in for 10 years by that point. People join straight out of high school at 18. Now, I'm glad I didn't join that early because mentally I wouldn't be able to deal with the fuck shit that they put it. It's a mental fuck. So they fuck with you mentally. They play mental games with you. At 28, 29, I can see that, and then that doesn't bother me. But at 18, somebody yelling in your face and calling us like the pussies and bitches and all this other crazy shit, I'm gonna feel away. Like, so I'm glad I came in a little. 24, 25 would have been a better time for me to come in. I mean, but again, everything happened for a reason. And I think right now, me being in now, I'm able to see shit from a different perspective. So I got a little more insight. I actually lived a little. So, you know, it always comes with a different look. But I think people who's trying to find school with some funding or something, that'd be the best way. Like, yo, if you don't want to acquire any debt, bro, just go into the Army. And that's it. Army, Navy, Air Force. I want to say Army. Go into the service. Army, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, any type of branches. I just know the Army usually offers the most perks, per se. Like, because I mean, like, the biggest bonuses and shit like that. Like, but.
So then I want to say, like, I guess, moving on to the topic at hand is finances. It's like, I felt like even in the beginning, we discussed, and that was that. Like, you know what I mean? It was a discussion.
Yeah.
When you got out the Army, it was
What do you mean?
when you got out of basic training.
Okay.
And you came to live with me and Mira.
Oh, when you told me I was staying with you? Are you staying with me? Like, no, the fuck
I
I'm
didn't
not.
say you're staying. I didn't tell you.
How did that go?
I suggested.
Strongly?
You was already there beforehand every night. So
she moved me in, y'all. Go ahead.
so I suggested, and you said okay.
I said no at first.
I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z.
I said no at first.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't. You is full of.
I did. Yo, let me talk.
Shit.
I definitely said no.
No, you didn't, because we wouldn't even made it this far.
No, look.
You a lie.
Oh my God.
Could carry on.
So
go ahead. You said no to yourself when you eat. Didn't that count? But you didn't say no to Sandra. You never said no to Sandra for a long time. Go ahead though.
I objected. Shit. Short my words. That's a playboy.
You ain't never said no to Sandra.
I objected because I was worried about being under somebody else's shit. Like, I've never been that guy to be like, hey, yeah, like, I just don't like.
That's what I'm saying. You probably had second thoughts to yourself about that, but we discussed everything and this never came up. So go ahead.
It came up.
Yeah, exactly. We discussed everything and this never was the topic. I don't even know what you're talking about right now, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah, because I felt the same way before. As an adult, I never been in anybody else's that my name wasn't on. Like, no.
Yeah,
I have kids to worry about. Okay, a child. But, no, I'm not doing that. Like...
Yeah, for me, I wasn't ready to be like, you know what? Yeah. Like, I'm going to just go be that phone. I didn't...
You need an hour? Because we was talking through text or initially or DM or something. Because you never said no. You never said, I don't know how comfortable I feel with being under somebody else's roof.
I had to say that.
No, you didn't.
I had to say
as
that.
much as you think you had the balls, you didn't, babe. Mm-hmm. You didn't.
Damn.
You didn't. You never told me no. You never told me you were uncomfortable. Like, why wouldn't I admit you told me that? What am I getting out of?
I don't know.
We talked about everything, and if that was something you was bothering, you left it out. You said okay. And when you said okay, you said this is what I'm going to do. X, Y, and Z. And that was when we had our financial discussion about what would happen and take place. Yeah, what you would pay and what I would pay.
So we moved in, and I said, okay, I'll cover the rent. I'll cover the rent, and you cover the bills. We had 2 bills. Gas and electric. That was it. We didn't have cable. And we stole Wi-Fi.
You remember that?
So
we stole Wi-Fi, but that's another story.
We rented Wi-Fi for free.
rented. You gotta pay the rent.
So she paid.
No, we didn't. We got Wi-Fi for free, so we had Netflix.
Yeah.
And I had a Netflix account. I always had a Netflix account.
And I had one as well.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'll pay the rent.
Amazon Prime account.
I'll pay the rent. You pay the 2 bills, and then.
We had cars. We shared car insurance.
Yeah, so we split the car insurance.
Yeah. But this goes into like that topic. It was like 50-50. Remember? Like,
it wasn't 50-50 though.
Remember people were saying on like Instagram.
Oh, like do you 50-50 with your
partner? With your man.
Well,
so this goes back into like
50-50.
The phone bill was 50-50. The car insurance was 50-50 because I got on your car insurance. Or my car was just on your name.
That wasn't 50-50.
My car was just always in your name. I wasn't on nobody's insurance.
That wasn't 50-50. That was you paying your fucking car note.
I paid 50% of the bill.
Because it was your bill.
But it was in your name.
But it was your bill.
In your name. So that's me paying 50% of the car note. Because if the bill's $1,000 and I'm paying $500, I'm paying 50%. Duh.
Yeah, well, that's still not 50-50. I
It
mean,
wasn't in my name on my own.
okay. So you would have got any.
We paid 50% of the
It
phone,
wasn't in your
the
name.
car, insurance.
Yes.
You had a note. I didn't have a note.
Yes.
And I drove the note. You drove the... But whatever.
Yeah,
But,
crazy, right? You
but
drove my car and I drove not a piece of shit, but I drove the less fashionable car. Go ahead.
yeah, but that's what we discussed and came up with. I feel like it was never a problem.
It was.
It has never been.
If you had to put a number on it, just bills.
You know, the gas and electric was higher at their house than this house. At that apartment.
Yeah,
It's so crazy.
Which is weird.
It was higher at the apartment
But
than it is here. Ever here.
If you look at it,
It was a little bit off. A little bit. It was close to
put a number on
50-50. 40-60.
I was saying 60-40.
Yeah.
Like
Like
60-40.
it was a little bit off.
60-40. Maybe 65-35.
Less.
But I made it a point to pay more. Let's say that. I made it a point to pay more.
You not even pay more, just to help more. Whether it was with groceries or
I do that anyway.
Like just random stuff. That's what I'm saying. That was your. It wasn't like you was paying more on my bills than your bills. That's what I'm saying. Like
So to be fair, like you still. So I was in the mindset like, yo, man, like you're working too. Like they're gonna take.
And mind you, I was taking care of all of this before him. So
and then I step in and give you 60% of your shit.
60,
and then it's like,
thank
you got more money in your pocket to go plan more trips. And that's literally what we did.
Yeah.
I mean, like we went there plan more trips. So
more shenanigans.
Yeah, more bullshit. Definitely more bullshit. With no cable.
What?
Ghetto fabulous.
We still don't even use the cable.
Well, we have cable though.
But we barely use it.
No, I mean I watch when I watch football. Yeah. I mean,
that's right on TV.
That's true, but it's still on cable. Yeah, but like our finances, we definitely for me, it was always do more than she's doing. Regardless whether it was a little bit more or way more, it was do more. With the bills, why? Because I get my dad kind of put that imprint of like, yo, a man, like you can't really flex your man card if you're not paying more. Like you can't.
I don't think that's true. A man is a man at the end of the day. Well, if he's paying 50-50 or if he's paying 100 of it, I don't look at that man any different.
That's cute.
That's cute. What do you mean that's cute? I don't look at like you didn't look better or gooder. Like, oh, he looks even sexier
for paying his money.
For paying all of the bills now because I get to stay home. Like, no, you didn't look any sexier.
That nigga actually look like worse because I'm stressed out with these fucking kids.
You didn't look any sexier. Like, so a man is a man. I don't. Y'all might feel that way. Maybe y'all do.
That's an ego thing.
Okay.
So
and all men don't got that ego.
So for me,
yeah, like you can't be paying 40%, my man, and be able to like buff up, beat on your chest. Like what?
I mean,
you don't even beat on your chest.
That's not who I am though.
Like
I'm not. That's not who I am.
But you need to help more to feel like you're doing more. To feel like the man. Not to feel like you're doing more, but to feel like a man.
No, I mean, so.
Like you say, like you might have been doing more grocery shopping than I was, or
whether it's
we barely ate. So
whether it's fair and that's true. Seafood.
We barely ate.
Seafood,
so
alcohol.
I don't know.
Seafood, alcohol is how we survive.
We went out a lot, like for dinner.
Yeah.
That was like we never was home for dinner.
But I mean, so whether whether you're fucking, see, I don't want like the money don't make you
the man,
but you can't. Whether right or wrong, you have your certain views on how you view shit. So whether you view shit like, okay, well, like you have some people who think, well, stay-at-home dad is the worst thing ever. How can you be a man be a stay-at-home dad? I commend you for being a stay-at-home dad, because you know what? That shit is probably super fucking hard. Because kids, Kids are usually used to their mothers, and they usually deal with moms all the time.
Fathers just aren't as nurturing
They're
as
not.
mothers.
I mean, I'll.
You do a good job, but you
I'll
know what
agree
you
with
be doing.
For sure. My nigga, cheese curls, leave me alone.
You
What the fuck? Like, yo, here's the TV, here's the cheese
know
curl.
what you be doing.
Leave me alone.
I talked to Samira the other day when I was out. I said, them kids probably driving shit crazy. And how's he rushing me to get home?
I didn't rush you to get home.
Like, yeah, you should definitely be on the road right now. Like, calm down.
No, that was only because.
Pipe down.
That was only because.
Like,
I mean, for y'all don't know what's going on.
I had a 2-hour drive back home.
Yeah, I was more concerned.
You need to be going. Like, why you still there?
I was more concerned with
calm down.
Safety shit. Like, it's late. You're on the road. Deers are out.
I don't have no kids with me.
I know. I get it. You was vibing. I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I totally get it. But again, if you was in a city, like you and your girls.
Oh yeah.
Like when you and your girls went out.
You don't bother me.
But
you don't bother me. You don't call me at 2 a.m.
But you in a state, owning the state with your girl. Like, yo, let's get home. Like, we'll get close to home. Where it's like, okay, well, all right, cool. But that was a whole different thing. But for some reason, men have this whole thing where we put labels on shit. Okay, well, because I'm a man, I'm expected. I mean, that's the society. Society expects men to do certain things. They hold you to a certain standard. So, excuse me. So, because of that standard, that comes along with paying these bills. Like, that's just the reality of it. Now, granted, my perspective has changed.
From what to what? What are you talking about?
Because when I met you, I was always about DINK, double income, no kids, DINK. Now, granted, we had Samira.
No kids.
Let me talk. Granted, we had Samira, but she was grown. Like, she's grown. I mean, like
she wasn't grown.
But you know what I mean.
More self-sufficient. It's not like she worked in.
Exactly, but she's still out of the way.
She went to school. She might have stayed with her dad some days.
We could have took trips anytime we fucking went without a care in the world. Girl, here's $200.
Yeah,
we back in 5 days.
You be with your aunt.
I mean, like, it'd be totally
any of them.
Yeah,
like, you stay with aunt, all of them.
So my view was, okay, we'll have some double income, no kids.
And we took her on trips too.
Yeah, we didn't just leave her home.
Let's just put that in there. It ain't like we just excluded her.
So we'll have double income, no kids, and then, like, it was like kind of have fun traveling, doing the whole shit. But it went from, okay, she has to pay something. Like, nah, no girl's getting a free ride. Like, she gotta pay something. Like,
ooh, me?
No. This is my mentality of just.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say what?
Like, you gotta pay. Like, I'm not gonna pay everything.
Okay. So you're saying your mentality was always, even before you met me, just double income, no kids.
Yeah.
And no woman, we're not gonna say girl. No woman is gonna get a free ride. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, so no woman is gonna get a free ride.
Right.
But if I don't recall, I've been in
situations
that you've been only the provider, and
at times
at
times, yes.
She got a free ride
for a certain amount of time.
So is this before or after is where I think I'm trying to go? And is this before that mindset? After that mindset? It was like, no, I'm not doing that no more. Okay, I'm not taking care of our household.
So let's be clear.
Like I'm just trying to understand that part. Was that before, during, or after that situation?
So, yes, I've been in situations where I was the sole provider.
And you took on.
But let me talk. But I was in that same situation. We were also 50-50 at one point. And in that situation, we went from 50-50 to 60-40, 70-30.
You said she could stay home?
Well, it wasn't that type of thing. You just couldn't find a job. I mean, so it was never like, okay, well.
For how long?
It wasn't, maybe.
How long did you have to take on everything because they couldn't find a job?
Maybe 6 months to a year.
A year. We're going to roll with that. So,
Yeah.
Did that mindset come after that year of taking on everything and just being like,
So I said 6 months to a year. What you want? Okay. So 6 months to a year. Yes. That mindset.
because you acting like you can't recall and you recall
Well, she know my
everything.
memory is fucking really retarded.
You recall what
But
you want. Go ahead.
yes, my mindset shifted after that. Yes.
That's what I'm trying to
okay,
understand.
Like I don't want to do that anymore. I mean, like I don't want to be that.
Because there was a kid involved there. That was your stepchild that you took care of.
I don't want to be spread that thin anymore. So yes, that was the situation.
So that's what I'm saying the stepchild because the no kids part. So now you switch.
Well, no. So
now you switch to no kids after that. You know what I mean? After that situation, that's what I'm trying.
Well, no. So to be fair, everyone I dated after that
still had kids,
with the exception of
better than me.
One person, two people. So everybody I dated seriously after that situation
had kids.
Had at least one child, with the exception of two people.
They had two kids?
No. So one female didn't have any kids at all. Well, two females didn't have any kids at all.
Oh, so that's right up, yeah.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah. Boom.
Two didn't have any kids at all. One had
she got a job, no kids.
One had one child, and then the other had two kids. Yeah.
And
I'll take that back.
Your shallow self can't mess with people with two kids.
No, I mean...
You can't take someone serious. You didn't want to take someone serious with two kids.
To be fair, I didn't give that the attention it probably deserved because my mindset was fucked up.
Crazy.
But I'm old enough. I'm old enough to admit that now, as a 32-year-old man, to say, okay,
you like 30 something next week.
I'm 32. So as a 32-year-old man, I'm a man enough to admit, okay, you know what? My mindset was so fucked up that yes, that woman probably did deserve more than what I gave her, and I did that I handled that the wrong way. I mean, like I totally fucked that up. But yes, and it was only because it was literally only because she had two kids. That was literally the only reason.
That is some messed up stuff.
That was fucked up.
Why would you waste or entertain her to begin with?
Because for me, I don't know how we got so far off topic.
I know. I'm just saying. Like that's just rude. Like because all of this goes back into income and kids and financial. It all kind of ties together in some kind of sense, right? So
for me, yes, I thought I would be able to deal with it.
And then you met the kids and was like, "This is some bullshit."
I didn't
No. I ain't calling her kids bullshit. I'm just saying kids.
I had an amazing experience with her kids.
With two kids is a lot.
I had an amazing experience with her kids, with her child, because I only officially met the son. Mm-hmm. The son was younger when I met him. When I met her, like he was maybe like 2, maybe 3. He was still young. I mean, he was young. The daughter, we were so grown. We know, okay, you know what? This shit is not really official, so I don't want to meet your older child to be. And I mean, like
they know what's going on.
Yeah, I didn't want to be that.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't.
And I get it.
Like I wasn't. And it was me and her wasn't in agreement. Like until we cross that bridge, like we don't want to introduce that shit.
Samira was past the age where it was like, girl.
So I avoided that shit, but I thought I would be able to work around my own personal shit I had going on, and as time went on, I wasn't, and that, that was
on you.
That was bad on me. That was bad, like bad shit. Like bad shit. You know what I mean? Like, no, because look, man, like I'm a firm believer in karma. So you put the shit you put out always comes back.
It came back?
No, I didn't.
Okay, but anyway.
I mean, but that's not the point. But I put out so much other good shit that may have blocked him from coming back.
Okay.
I mean, so, but it's just a matter of, but I'm always honest. I mean, like I try to be as honest as possible.
I
Like,
believe
even when I got, like, you know what?
I believe
I'm going to try to get us a go. And I'm going to try, and I tried, and it's just that I just couldn't some shit I couldn't overcome for myself. And then, like, it just was a lot. And it was no fault of hers.
You was in that
It was
dink. You was in that dink mindset.
Well,
double income, no kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
she was at the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong man or boy.
The only irony of all that shit was,
God bless her.
the irony of all of that shit was, I met her a few years prior and didn't deal with her because I had my previous girlfriend at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a child, but it was only the one. I can deal with one. Two was like a no-go for me.
Just messy.
That was my
messy.
That was my
shook. Anyway, Sandra wasn't dealing with anybody with kids. If I wasn't meeting them, so they were irrelevant. So they tell you how serious I took the ones with kids. But
girl's crazy.
Yeah. But again, discussing finances from the beginning, using us as an example. Because I really can't. I didn't date anybody else before my husband. I can't recall any. Yeah.
That's not me saying that. Like, I'm not here to shoot any shots at anybody.
No.
We all have a past.
No.
Look, go ahead, girl.
What past?
We
I
all
only
have a
know
past.
you. Anyway.
Everybody, every previous. This is why I think my karma's good. Any previous relationship has helped mold you into the person you are for me. So I will say thank you to all the previous people.
You should.
I mean, like, seriously, like everybody you dealt with prior has given you a certain view on your life that made you change how you do shit. If I'd have met Sandra from 6 years ago, Sandra would have been like left at Landmark, and that would have been it. Sorry, but and then so it's like, that shit happens for a reason. Go ahead. Continue with your non-dating ass. Go ahead.
Who they? But yeah. It was never any issue with discussing finances with us.
No.
And I feel like, let's fast forward a little bit. Yeah, we can fast forward a little bit. To even just being a stay-at-home mom. And
which is a total 360 for my views. It was anyway.
But you were aware. Were you not aware that I said...
I suggested the shit.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because before we even had kids...
We talked, yes.
Before we even had kids, we discussed me staying... Like, my views was me staying home with my kids for the first few years until they was, like, able to talk to go to daycare. Like... So that was
let me rephrase what I did say.
Because you might have suggested once it happened.
When you stopped, you were going to stop work because mind you, we still splitting bills at that point in time.
But I'm going back to the beginning. But
okay, go ahead.
Still, did we not discuss me being a stay-at-home mom?
Yes.
If I ever became pregnant with my husband's child.
Yes.
Because I already said I'm only having my kids if I'm married. I'm only having a child if I'm married. I'm not pushing out no kids out of wedlock. Again, period. That has always been my goal, as you want to call it. And I've stuck to that 17 years. So, yeah.
It's a long time.
Exactly. And it worked. It happened. So, again, it was a conversation. You already knew. You already had the heads up. So, but like I said, fast forwarding when it came up to, and it was actually time it still, for me, it was a hard conversation. It was just because I really didn't know what. And for you, it was just like, what do you want to do? Like, you was going to support me either way. Where, like, I didn't know if I was comfortable. You know, once you, it's always you want something, and then once you get put in that situation, it's like, wait, do I really want that?
Right.
You know what I mean? Do I really want to be here every day with this little baby?
I mean, because
my maternity leave was up at 6 months. So it was like, do I want to go back? Do I don't want to go back? And I think I struggled the first like 3 months of like trying to figure it out, because I feel like that was the hard time for me and the whole like postpartum thing. You know what I mean? So depression or whatever. So it was just like adjusting. And is this what I want to become the norm? Like, this is a lot. Like,
it was definitely.
I felt
adjustment.
Yeah, I felt selfish too. If I'm like, I should go back to work, like,
and not sticking with all the bills.
No.
Oh, okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Leave my baby, because it's really at the end of the day, it's about leaving the baby. Like, I don't want to deal with being, you know what I mean, a stay-at-home mom. Like, it wasn't about you. I feel like it wasn't about you. You said you hated me regardless, right? Did you not?
That was a lot, but go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta say that.
It definitely was fakes because you had me.
But you gotta say that, though.
You gotta say that, and you did it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I gotta say it. Like, fuck.
Bye. So you didn't say what you really wanted to say is what you're saying.
I wanted to take you guys back to work. Now go ahead.
Exactly. You did.
Go ahead.
Because you know what you signed up for.
What the fuck did I sign up for?
You knew what my criteria was when you met me.
So
and you agreed to it. So when it came back around earlier than expected, you already knew what the deal was. But again, that wasn't about you. That was about me and adjusting and figuring out if that's what I really wanted. Like, because this seemed like more than I ready to chill. Like, so, yeah.
Pause. Go ahead.
To say that.
More than I'm ready to chill. Right, continue.
But anyway, so you're retarded and you need to get your life together.
Go ahead, man. Let's do it. Go ahead.
But yeah, I feel like that was never, I feel like it wasn't a hard conversation, because I feel like you kept saying it. You kept saying like you support me or whatever, but I don't know, my postpartum brain just was like, I need to talk to somebody. Remember, I was like, I was just focused on a whole lot at once, and I couldn't like sort my thoughts out. Like,
I think
until I was like, yo, I need help. I need to talk to somebody, because
I think it's a lot to ask somebody who haven't had a child in 16 years.
17 and some change.
At the time,
because Samir was turning 18 that year.
So it's a lot to have somebody have a child in 17, almost 18 years, to have a new child, and then, so granted, it's almost like she's pregnant again for the first time.
Yeah, it was, definitely.
But it's a different experience.
Definitely.
So now I'm going through it, and
this is what I want to do, but this is...
So now she's going through it as a 30-plus-year-old woman and not a 14-year-old girl. So it's shit she wanted to do that she can actually go do now. Hey, I want to plan this. Like, the excitement for Kennedy's birth, or excitement for her being pregnant with Kennedy, was so much more over the top than the excitement for Colin. And it's not a shot at Colin. It's like Kennedy was like a new thing in 18 years, and I can enjoy being a mom, and I don't have to worry about the stresses of life, because I have a man who's going to be here to make sure that I don't have to deal with any of that shit.
That's not necessarily how I thought about it, but
okay,
go ahead.
In my head, this is how this went.
Go ahead.
So she took that.
Because I definitely was worried about the stresses of life. Am I made for this position? Do I actually really want to do this position?
The stresses of finances.
Like, am I comfortable with not having my own income? Like, that was, I think, one of the biggest fights. And even just just getting away from the baby. Like I said, like, is that something I'm comfortable with? Leaving my baby.
How did you get over it?
How did I get over it? Because like I said, it all was adjustment. So I feel like for me, once I told you, or once I stayed up that whole night thinking about it, like I sat right here on this couch and you went to bed, me and Kennedy sat right here, and then you came back downstairs and we were still right here and the lights were still on. Like, yeah. I realized I need to talk to somebody. Like, it was the same morning Bill Cosby was getting locked up. Like, I remember it because I watched the news.
Go ahead.
I watched the news all night. Bill Cosby was getting locked up.
I
can tell you the whole,
I actually remember the day. It's a crazy part.
That's what I'm saying. I can tell you the whole court case and how it went because I was watching it the whole morning. So, again, and it wasn't until like later that day I told you I need to talk to somebody. You know how you are. You could just talk to me. You don't need to get therapy. Like, yeah. You're not big on therapy. That's another thing. But we actually sat down in the room on the bed and we talked in our older bed.
I wasn't, so, let me rephrase that.
You're not big on therapy.
At the time, no, I wasn't.
2018.
No, I wasn't. Because in my mind, what you're going through, you should be able to talk through this with your significant other. Like,
and I felt like
allow me to understand what you're going through. Now, fast forward 2-3 years down the road, and me understanding what postpartum is, and how that shit has nothing to do with me at all.
You're not taking it personal.
Yeah, that's some shit they just going through
hormonally.
Yeah, like so
your body is just weird.
From that, if I'm viewing it from that point of view, oh man, shit, I can't help you. I'm gonna go talk to somebody else. Because it's not some shit that I can fix.
And I feel like even me talking to you, and we touched on you, it's like I'm still watering it down. Where I probably would have gave it all to somebody. But I still think the part that I gave you that was bothering me about you helped.
Right.
Like,
I mean, dialogue with
again,
the spouse,
effective communication.
It's always a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's in regards to finance, to how they're treating you, to how they're sexing you. Any dialogue is always important. Mm-hmm. That's some shit you kind of always want to put out there because, look, man, like you're with your spouse to be with your spouse. So if you're unhappy, at some point you got to bring that shit up. Mm-hmm. I mean, like at some point it's like, yo, because what happens is if you don't bring it up, shit's boiling, and one of the two things is gonna happen: you end up snapping, or end up cheating. So it's, I mean, like better is to bring it up, put it out there. Now, we was watching. Excuse me, why did I get married earlier? Like my nigga said, if you bring it up, say you bring up some sex shit, you ain't getting no sex. And I think you sex in 3 months.
He said longer than that.
Yeah, it was like 6 months.
It was long.
So it was
a
like,
long time. He said he was legally.
He said legally, my nigga, you had the right to go cheat.
Which was a law. He made that up too.
I might have agreed with it. If you ain't getting no sex in 6 months, that up. My nigga, according to God, in chapter fucking 13 of Exodus 2.2, that should say, "Thou shalt not give my husband sex. If thou shalt not give my husband sex, thou husband shall go out."
That part wasn't in there.
Thou shall go out and get some ass.
He said legally, like.
But no, so.
But yeah, that's what changed it. Me talking to you, and then me getting out and doing things that I was doing prior to the kids, which was like date night for us.
Yeah.
And just getting out the house. Just getting out the house more because I was just like always in the house.
It's a lot.
24/7.
Well, I tell you that now, like, yo, go like do something. Like But now,
you're gonna do something.
so I'll say go do something, or I'll like I said the other day. I came home and said, hey, yo, I'm gonna go to the gym in the morning when I Friday to work, and you can go to the gym when I get off.
It was the wrong time. You said it like December 1st when Vlogmas started, and that's not gonna happen.
See,
Like,
so you made your choice.
It's not gonna happen.
Like clearly you said what was important.
Bad timing.
I mean, I can't
because you don't know what's going on. But again, that was a conversation we had to have, which was I might have been not even. I guess you want to say rough for me. And I don't think it was about talking to you. It just was about figuring it out. Right. And you helped me figure it out. Like, and again, for like maybe the third time, reassured me, like, I got you. So, figure out what you want to do. If that's not, you don't want to go back to work. Or if you're comfortable with, not having your own money. So, what?
Girl, go ahead.
And you playing with your ring. Anyway, I can't get off.
Exactly. That's why I bought it that way.
So I bought it that way. But even still, I think having even now, I don't think having a conversation with your spouse just regularly should be hard about finances.
It shouldn't be. I mean, it shouldn't be, but I can see how it could be.
Stop.
Prime example, like we can look at the refrigerator thing.
Okay, go ahead.
And while I wanted to give you, like, because obviously when I'm always saying, no, I got you, don't worry about it, I'm gonna take care of it. And usually, even when I don't have it, I'll take care of it. Like, I usually find a way to get it. Like, I'll take care of it. And that was always my goal for that. And it's hard to tell somebody who you always, like, take care of, I got it, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it. This is not the right move to do right now. Because you set that bar.
And that is fine. It wasn't about you.
You set the bar.
Yeah, you set the bar, yada, yada, yada. But it's about you going back on your word.
That's what I'm saying, though.
You said what you said, which was no, and then you went back and said, yeah, and entertained it, and then said no again. So that's different than, you know what I mean, having a clear conversation about finances. That clearly you wasn't clear. Do you get what I'm saying? You wasn't clear. If you said no and then said yes and then said no, you wasn't clear. So, you wasn't clear in saying I don't know if I could do that, or I don't know if that'd be smart.
So I figured out.
And then say, yeah, I could do it, and then be like, no, I can't. And it wasn't even like, no, I can't. Like, how you even went about saying no was even
irking.
Not irking. I was about to say a worse word, but it was mannish of you. Like, men are just, they're retarded sometimes, so they just don't even know
how to articulate.
Exactly. Exactly.
I know how to articulate.
You don't know how to articulate you going back on your word the right way. Like, you didn't even understand what you did wrong in that situation.
Okay.
You didn't. And that's why it was like a little beef, because it was like, I'm waiting for you to like apologize for even entertaining me. Why would you even entertain me? Because if no is no, I'm not going to give you a hard time. I know when something is not cool and when it's just not right now. No don't mean no. No mean no, not right now. And I get that. So
what? That's not like
again.
No is not no. No is not right now.
No don't mean no. It just means not right now.
Oh, no, it just meant no.
But you can't say yes, because then I'm thinking, woo.
Tomorrow.
Shoot fireworks. Like, let's get it. Let's go.
Oh,
like, no. No.
But that was just an example of how communication can be
We
tough
communicated.
with finances.
Oh.
No, I mean
I'm about to say we communicated
No, we did.
the whole time.
We walked through it.
You was the one that
We walked through it, but it still
got
can
a little left.
it still can be an issue for. I can understand it be an issue for some people trying to communicate. So I would never say, hey, it shouldn't be you shouldn't feel uncomfortable with talking about finances. I understand that.
Definitely feel like you should never have an issue with talking about finances with your spouse or your partner, who you live with, you share bills with. You should never, even if you're not even the main provider, you should never have an issue with talking about finances with your spouse.
That's going to depend on the dynamic of you guys' relationship.
I don't understand. Please explain.
I mean, some people the dynamic of the people, period. Some people may be passive. Some people may not be that upfront. Some people may just don't want any conversation at all.
Why would it be confrontation?
You taking conversation in a negative sense, just back and forth dialogue. People may not want that. And maybe that makes them uncomfortable.
If I say, you need to pay this, and they be like, well, why do I got to pay this?
Yeah. It's dialogue.
That's communication.
It's 2020. A
Okay.
lot of people don't know how to communicate.
You're making, this. At least take care of this.
I get it, but a lot of people don't know how to communicate.
Like, I got this much. Can you handle this?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
No, I know you're not. I'm just saying, because I feel like we don't have a problem with discussing it.
No. I feel
like personally, we don't have a problem with discussing finances, and I don't make the money, so my money is my money. But what are you looking at?
Money. What?
Don't worry about that. But can you not?
I'm listening to you.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying. But I feel like we don't have that issue, but I feel like it wouldn't be an issue. Do you get what I'm saying?
I see that.
I'm usually very... it's weird because I take on some stuff that you don't know I take on. And the stuff that I do take on with your money, I communicate that. Our money, whatever. Because we have a joint account that...
She bullied me into that.
I have a card too. So, if I'm swiping that card, you know about it.
Yeah, give me a heads up.
But if I take on stuff that I swipe 3 other cards you don't know about. You see it, you might ignore it. You might ignore it. You might don't even recognize it.
I don't pay a lot of shit no more.
Like how we had to say with the kids' clothes.
Oh.
It's not until they're in dire need of white short sleeve onesies that you'll all right, I gotta buy this. Or okay, they grew out of these sleepers, I gotta buy this.
That's the biggest annoyance for me.
What?
Sleepers. You know why though?
Because I feel like you don't usually buy them until you didn't buy Kennedy. You didn't start buying Kennedys until they was expensive. You didn't start buying hers until she was 12 months and up. But
now
you want to buy your son stuff now. You are more eager to buy your son stuff than you were your daughter.
Don't
cut it out. We're gonna keep it all the way real. You were more eager to buy your son stuff than you were your daughter. You left it on me.
You know what though?
To buy Kennedy stuff.
I don't have to get clearance.
No matter where the money was coming from, guys.
I don't have to get clearance.
It don't matter.
I don't have to get clearance to buy my son stuff.
And you felt that way about your daughter. You felt that way about your daughter too.
But it's a little different.
But I said, no, you need to run.
What you do?
And some of her stuff by me.
But I get that though. I'm a complaining bitch because my parent. But
because some of the stuff you was buying too when you took it upon yourself was
yeah, you're going too far.
Colin can wear it today, and he has because it's unisexy stripes that look like boyish, and they just, or he would buy Kennedy sneakers that look like boys. That no, it wasn't. Where are you going?
Continue.
This is ghetto. Where are you going?
This is ghetto. I'll tell her to go.
Oh. No, you will buy her sneakers or something that she doesn't have nothing to wear with. Oh, okay, well, stop working out. But yeah, you just would just get some random stuff that had nothing to do with nothing, and we still have those items because we have a boy.
So,
but you're more eager to buy your son stuff. You would take it upon yourself to buy your son clothes more now. I ain't even had to ask you yet because you know boy stuff is expensive, and I'm a little cheap, and I ain't even had to go to you yet. Be like, yo, this check out this card. I'm sending you this card. Check, put your card, whatever card you want to use. Put that card in. I ain't even been there yet.
The way my wife does shopping for our kids.
Sandra shops for the kids with her money. And
Sandra says, "Hey, I created a cart."
Nah.
That's what you do.
What?
Like, hey, I made a cart for clothes. You can either send me your card or you can. Here's the link.
Lies. Most of it is going on my card.
That's fine.
Most of it is going on my card. Now, like we said, stuff with Kennedy, like sleepers that you would buy after like 3 months. Yeah. Like, and you did a pretty good job with picking those out yourself. But before I would handle all Kennedy's clothes, period.
Like, and I'll take it upon myself to take care of Colin shit.
And a little bit more, yes. We both do Colin, but like I said, it hasn't gotten to the point where I'm like, all right,
I just bought Colin some shit
this stuff costs too much. We're using your money, not my money. Like,
I tried to buy them sneaks the other day, but we was out at Lowe's and shit.
And yeah, you buy sneakers. I don't buy sneakers. Yeah. I could buy like little sneakers, but like I'm not buying J's, so you could buy J's. But all in all, I think, period, you should be on the same
wave.
Yeah, you should be on the same type of time with your partner about finances, and I don't think it should be a hard topic. I personally, I don't know other people's finances, and I don't know if they are on different times or not. I don't care. That's your business. I don't even ask about that type of stuff, but I don't find, like, why should it be hard? What's yours is his, what's his is yours.
Or is it?
Okay, I say mine's is mine's, but again, if he say, I need you to get this from the market, get this from the store, pick this up while you're out, then, I gotta pick it up.
And she's gonna take it out the account later.
No, I'm gonna buy it and take it out later. I'll take that out later for something else different that I'm gonna need. Like, so it don't matter. Excuse me, but yeah, like I said, it should never be a guessing game. I feel like, do people live like that? Like that, it should be a guessing game. All right, I'm gonna pay this much of the gas or the electric, or you know what I mean, or I'm gonna pay the rent this much, and I'm just gonna pay the late fee. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Finances,
Oh no!
Finances are a tricky thing.
No.
Because you don't understand how people move with their money and what they do with their money. So when you join two different people together to say, hey, we're going to combine our shit together. I
feel like you should already know that from dating them.
You should be able to.
From dating them and then living, or just like living together. Living together.
I mean, well, you just not moving in, so you don't live
not
together.
Married.
You just not moved in, so you don't live together, so you don't know how they actually living. You can be dealing with somebody and they can be fucking make it seem like they got. I mean, it's almost like the fake shit. Like, hey, I wear Gucci, Louis, and Prada every day.
But
you staying home with your aunt. So you can't base it off that. Like, okay, well,
that sound like a man.
like they're praying to be
Like,
cool.
I don't know.
So they got. I mean, so it's like no, you can't base it off that. People pay bills how they choose to pay their bills, but as adults, you got to be responsible enough to say, hey, look, man, this is where I'm at. This is how I'm doing.
Upfront with
how I'm
your
carrying my shit.
significant other,
this is
not
what,
even just your
significant other for sure.
spouse.
This is what I expect
you to pay
or you to do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And this is how I plan on moving forward from here. I mean, so
I feel like even with us, it don't like we know what you do, we appreciate what you do.
Who's we?
Me and the kids, but
they don't know shit.
We don't. Samira knows.
I'm just daddy. Samira know.
But it's not. We don't have that. You know what I mean?
She may not know either. But I'm going to tell her.
We don't. Okay,
I'm going to tell you what I really do. Go ahead.
We don't have to like discuss it or have like an agreement. Like, no, your mom need to handle this. Like, if I handle it, I handle it. You know what I mean? Like, this is just her job. Like,
I mean, so that's another thing. I try not to be. I try to be that guy. So yes, I pay for the mass majority of shit in the house. But I also try not to be demeaning in the way of I would never do a dish.
You would never what?
I would never clean the dishes. I would never sweep up. Like, why am I doing? Why am I doing that? That's my wife to do. That's her job. Like, it's not. Yes. So I have some men say, hey, if I'm paying for everything, that's her job to do all this shit.
That's a whole different topic.
But I think that, like, for me, I don't view it that way. Especially being home with 2 under 2. I know the level of stress that goes on along with that. So I try to help out as much as possible without being... It's a balance. It's a balance. So I'm not saying I'm not trying to help. I want to help as much as possible while I'm home, regardless of the amount of money that I'm actually paying for bills. That shouldn't stop you from helping out at home. That's something totally separate.
Being a parent.
That's definitely just being a parent.
Being a parent.
I mean, that's being a household contributor. It's one of those things like, there's certain shit.
You have to do that regardless as an adult.
Yeah, so it's part of adulting. So
you don't get a clap for paying the rent or a cookie for paying the light bill. You don't.
So I'm not a fan of demeaning some of the things that people do, because every month you pay the rent, there's one month you wasn't on the street. Every month you pay the light bill.
Again, it's your job as an adult. Kids or no kids.
It's still
be an adult.
What they tell
Being
me?
a parent is different.
Celebrate every single one. The fact
you don't get no. It's not no clapping or no cookies for being an adult or being a parent.
I pay my rent.
Like,
this month
you don't get no cookies. You don't get no claps.
Pat my back for myself.
No.
It's my shoulder. I can't reach my back.
If you gotta pat your back because you paid your rent, you're a fucking loser. Like, and that you're not used to paying your fucking bills on time.
So.
Period. Like.
So.
Again, you don't get no cookies or no claps for fucking adulting. Ever.
All I'm saying is...
You're not 21.
Because you're doing these things doesn't stop you from helping around the household.
Exactly.
That's still part of just peace in your household.
You don't get no job for taking care of your kids.
That's still part of
you don't get a cookie for taking care of your kids.
That's still part of being just... It's all part of the thing. You paying your money. Unless you to the point where you're paying all the bills and you're paying for a nanny, when your wife ain't got to do shit, then it's like,
that's goals. So that's not goals.
You better pat my back and rub my feet because you ain't got shit to do all day. I mean, but
you don't know what she got. Because nannies come for different reasons. So stop
if I'm paying for a nanny for 24/7, care.
No, that's a different topic as well. Because you don't know. There's moms that have multiple kids, 5 kids that might need nannies, that can't afford nannies to help them take care of the kids. Yes, it was mom and dad that said we're gonna just keep having unprotected sex, and then we got 5 or 6 kids. But again, having 5 or 6 kids does not make them super mom. They still gotta struggle and figure that shit out. Like, they might need a nanny. They might need a nanny.
Okay.
And that don't mean that they're not doing nothing because they got a nanny. It's 5 kids.
Oh, that's
5.
So I put a nanny for?
Like,
Nanny's job.
nanny can't even take care of 5 kids. Like, stop it.
She need to find a new job.
Stop it. Now you're just being ignorant.
She need to find a new job.
You're just being ignorant
I'm paying to
because
take care of 5.
you don't have 5 kids yet.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, yeah. Just because you pay the bills, don't mean you gotta do.
You still gotta be a parent.
You still gotta be vigilant in the household.
You still gotta help where you can, where you need it. Jump in.
I agree.
That don't stop.
I definitely agree.
It don't stop.
But make sure you definitely talk to.
Some people got passive ass fucking wives and girlfriends that don't ask for help. Too. So they probably feel the opposite. They probably feel like they don't need the help.
I can see that.
Cause you ain't got that.
Obviously.
I'm gonna ask.
Oh.
I'm leaving after 5. If he get here 5:30, I'm leaving at 5:35. Cause I gotta go to the store.
Sorry, mom. Ain't shit at that store. But okay.
The kids ain't with me.
Fucking vinyl.
The kids ain't with me.
I'm good, man. I'm good. You got anything else?
No.
Thank you guys for listening. And my non-passive ass wife was on one. I don't know what the fuck the hell 10 up.
It ain't got. You already know I'm just not passive. Period. So.
Thank you guys for listening. This was episode 6 of Our Life Our Way podcast. Thank you. We will see you guys again literally in 7 days.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And
so make that button go ding, and then you'll get weekly updates that'll come out. At one point, she's gonna actually put some shit here, and we'll figure it out. Oh, right on time. Kind of perfect. Yeah. See you guys later.
Bye. I think that's outside.
Oh shit.